Hi, my name is Meg Van Camper, and I am going to bring to you campsite reviews from this camper van. My husband and I recently bought this van because our son is on the spectrum. He has ASD, and he is a sensory seeker. He loves to be outdoors, and so we thought, you know what? We're going to dive head first into this lifestyle. So we bought our van. We've been camping ever since. We camped about 10 to 12 times last summer just in a tent, and so this is a game changer for us. It allows us to go out just whenever we want, basically. It's been a huge blessing. But last year I had been searching and actually continue to search for reviews on different campsites that we want to try, but I haven't been able to find a whole lot of information that's been helpful. And so I thought, how can I help people in this world? What can I do in the camping world? And I was like, you know what? I can review the sites we go to and help people know exactly what they're getting into when they go to the site. So if there's good bathrooms, if there's no bathrooms, if there's cell phone service, all of those things, I'm gonna let you know before you go to that campsite, so you are fully prepared. We just got back from our trip to the Portola Redwoods in Santa Cruz. I filmed the whole thing. I do hope you enjoy the review of Portola. I'm gonna do my best to edit it seamlessly. It's gonna be my first try, so I do apologize if anything's a little bit choppy and disconnected, but I think I got some pretty good footage. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments, but I will see you on the other side. Bye. It is Friday. I'm off work and we're headed out to Portola Campground, so we'll get there in about 3 hours. Going to Santa Cruz, but this took us through the city, so it took us a completely different route than we're used to. So we still have about 44 minutes left to go, so we're getting close. This is the ranger station. You go in here to pay your camp fees if you haven't already. This super cute area with a bunch of information about wildlife. This is pretty cool. This is a nest. Oh, look at that baby nest. How cute. Wow. This is really cool. What do you think of that, buddy? Elijah likes it too. And maps and anything you really need to know about the park. We have a bunch of cute stuff in here. We have these little mini blocks, little banana slugs. Looks like playing cards, headlamps, flashlights. They're just things you might need. We also have water bottles, mugs, Cokes. A little tour, if you will, of our specific camp spot. All the campsites come with a bear box, although I don't believe there are bears here. A picnic table and a fire ring. These ones are pretty deep. I would say the site is pretty large. Some of them are a bit smaller, but I will say I don't think that you would be able to comfortably put a tent at this one. Even our rig is definitely lopsided, so I guess this spot is a little flat right here. But yeah, nobody could come with us, and the people who we invited all have tents, so everything happens for a reason. This beautiful log is like right on our campsite. It's pretty cool. s'mores with Oreos and marshmallows. One of my friends suggested it, so I'm gonna give it a try. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna lose it. Oh god. Oh god.
That's what it is for paying attention.
That's super good.
Good morning. Slept pretty good. This is not like the best view like when we sleep by the ocean, but it's still really gorgeous to wake up by so much greenery. So I give this an A. Not an A plus, but an A. Hi, hello. So my husband and I are a bit bougie, and we come camping, and we do like being outdoors, but we really like our coffee. And so we bring our battery power generator and our espresso machine, and we have really good coffee, and it just makes our trip better for us. I'm gonna make our coffee now. I used to work in a few different coffee shops, and I remember some of my like barista training, but not all. So it's they're definitely not the most perfect cups of coffee, but this machine we have the Breville, it works pretty dang well. I feel like I still have the ability to pull a pretty good shot and make some pretty good milk. I've never had, and I don't know if I ever will have, very good latte art. It's very difficult, so if you are watching this and you know how to make latte art, I mad respect to you, because it is very difficult. I've been practicing for a few months, and I just have not got the hang of it. Our lovely selections of Lucky Charms, mini wheats, and honey bunches of oats. When I go camping, I don't like go over the top with skincare, and like usually don't always shower, but I definitely try to keep my skin at least clean and toned, and use my like acne products. This is a banana slug. They're all over Santa Cruz. Something to keep in mind if you come up here is that it's very hilly. So like we're walking down to the visitor center, and our campsite's pretty far from it. So if you're in really great shape, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're anything like me and not in the best of shape, it's just something to keep in mind. They have these spouts or spigots everywhere. It says no dishwashing, so, but it is potable water. They also have like trash cans, recycle bins all over the campground, which is great. Got back from the little gift shop, and we get stickers everywhere we go, and then we put them on our little like stove. So we got that, and then I've started collecting little like pins. So this is a little cute little pin I got, and then we got the banana slug. Picked one up for my nephew too, but they're super cute. Okay, we're raiding the campsite right now. We've been here for how many hours? Yeah. Since yesterday at 6 p.m. to today at 12:30. 1 out of 10 banana slugs. What do you give it?
7.5.
7.5. And what would you change?
Being close to the ocean.
Okay, so my husband would rather be close to the ocean. It's a bit warm here. And we don't have an AC in our rig, so that makes a big difference. I give it 7 out of 10 banana slugs, just because of the weather. There's not a whole lot to do, so our child doesn't love to walk, so in order to get to water, you have to go pretty far, which for us is just not gonna happen. But if you're a hiker and you love to go on trails, you'll love this place. It's gonna suit you well. The bathrooms are not ideal. Thank God we have a bathroom in our rig, or I would be struggling. They're not the cleanest. It's in a very old building, and a lot of people, not a big deal. But if you're campers like us and just need some extra amenities at your campsites, this is probably not the site for you. Oh, and the road. The road traveling up here is, to me, very scary. There's another person here who has a rig that's like a little bit short, maybe a foot shorter than ours, and he said he was fine. He just drove slow and it wasn't a big deal. For me, it was a big deal. I felt afraid. So it just really depends on your comfort. Another thing is that there is no service out here, so we can't make calls, text, or anything, which is actually like really nice because you are disconnected from all the things back home. But it's a little bit worrisome if you have anything that's like urgent. This campsite is dog friendly. There are signs around that say dogs have to be on leash, which I appreciate, and everybody I've ran into that has a dog has had their dog on a leash. Some people, it's not a big deal if dogs are off leash, but for me, I've been bitten by animals, and because Elijah is not really good with following directions, saying no, don't do that or don't go to this animal, or understanding really danger is just worrisome for us. So the fact that dogs are on leash and people are being respectful of that is really nice. Like I mentioned before, it's very hilly, so we took our rig and we chose a camp spot that, like, the only campsite that was available, and we're like tilting, so we're sleeping kind of like this, and we just should have brought leveling blocks. So if you are taking your car or your rig and you're sleeping in it, definitely bring leveling blocks. For the most part, like, our campsite is fully covered, so there's not a lot of sun, which is great because it's definitely helping keep it cooler, but it's definitely warmer. They did say, however, it is a heat wave for this area, so maybe if we came a different time, it wouldn't be so bad. There are a ton of mosquitoes, and they were out this morning. Like, they are hungry. And here's campsite number 9, and they'll show you right here, like, what it's like best for. So this one you can do a motorhome or a trailer. There's another campsite. And this one shows you it's good for tents. There's bathrooms here. I haven't been up there, but those ones look nicer than the ones by us. Right here is a dishwashing station. It's pretty nice. Nice big sink. Gives you directions on how to wash your dishes. These are the bathrooms I was talking about. I mean, they are what they are. So, I mean, not the greatest. You have showers you can pay to use. But it looks like you'd catch a disease in here, so. Some more campsites. Elijah's favorite thing about any place we go is the trees and the plants. That's his special interest. Crazy. Just running up this hill as I'm just struggle busing along. Beep beep. Struggle bus has arrived at the station. Even though we're not doing it, there is a little trail that's like very short that leads you down to like a spot you can splash around in the water. So if you have kids, I guess there's a spot here that's really good for that. Another banana slug. Pretty cool. We're gonna turn in for the evening, and we've decided to leave pretty early so we can go into the city to the ocean, which kind of is an indicator that this is not our favorite campground. It was lovely, but for our family, it just wasn't what we needed. And the only way you know is if you go and try. So not something that we regret doing, but probably not something that we would come back and visit frequently. I will give a recap in the morning because my brain is shutting off. Right, bye. One last thing, we have a pop top on our van, and neither of us sleep up there, but the view is really cool. And it brings airflow into the van, which is nice. Good morning. We got up at 6 a.m. and headed out because we wanted to come to one of our favorite spots. It's a spot that looks over the Golden Gate Bridge. We were pretty much done being there. I asked my husband today what he would rate the campsite overall and the campgrounds, and he still says a 7.5. I would probably give it a 6. 6 banana slugs out of 10. Just because of the weather, it was warm. If you camp on top of the hill like we did, it's like you don't even want to leave to go down the hill and hang out on the flatter surfaces because you know you have to go back up. Again, some families, some people would not find that to be an issue, but we just happen to get tired. And when you are a special needs parent running around and stuff, you're kind of constantly doing that, and so when you go to like a campsite, you kind of want to be able to relax and not have as much energy in. So that's something to think about. As far as like if you're camping with kids on the spectrum, for kids who have high sensory needs, I mean, there's not a whole lot to do there. So Elijah was able to like run around, and he's a big plant guy, like that's his special interest. So I mean, that he was happy, but there's not like a lot of water, not a lot of stuff to do. So high sensory needs kiddos might not work well there. Low sensory needs kids would be great there. It was very quiet, very peaceful. Not a lot of foot traffic, not a lot of cars driving around everywhere. So I would say if you're a family with sensory sensitive children, great spot for you. Overall, beautiful, clean campsite, just not a place we will probably return to in the near future. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for following along. I really hope that this video has been helpful deciding if you're going to visit Portola Campgrounds or not. Our family is constantly camping, so we'll probably take you along for the ride for our next camping trip, which is probably next weekend. We just go randomly whenever we can. So we go to mostly beach campgrounds, but like this one, we decided to change it up. But next one will probably be New Brighton Beach in Santa Cruz, or somewhere over there. We'll also take you along to like spots like this. I'll take a video of the spot we're at now to kind of give you a review and what it's like here too in the near future. So you can like and subscribe to the channel if you want to follow along, and I appreciate you. All right, bye.